In the blood-soaked battlefield of the World War II, Captain America is hunting down Hydra agents through the European ruins as he learns that Hydra seeks a new weapon to defeat the Allies and win the war. So to end this, the Red Skull has sent Baron Strucker on an expedition to the Himalayas to find the fabled city of Attilan. But instead of finding the Inhumans, Baron uncovers something much more worse, much more deadlier, much more alien, an unthinkable extraterrestrial species with acidic blood and nearly impenetrable exoskeletons. The Xenomorphs are adaptive to any environment and highly lethal. They bring terror wherever they go, and the Red Skull want this weapon to conquer the whole world. Can Captain America and the Howling Commandos stop the Red Skull and the newfound Xenomorphs? Let's find out in today's video. Welcome to Comicstube YouTube channel. In today's video, we will review Chapter 1 of Alien vs Captain America. You can get all Marvel vs Alien videos on this playlist. So if you guys are new here, please subscribe and turn on the notifications to never miss any future uploads. Please like, comment and share. All the text and images are owned by its respected company. You can support them by purchasing it digitally or from any offline stores. The issue opens up in the battleground. In 1944, Cap with his shield is destroying the Hydra agents, smashing their faces, breaking their teeth. Cap only wants one thing: where is Baron? Defeating every single soldier, Cap then interrogates the remaining one. Bucky was also there. He wants the soldier to give up everything. Where is Baron? Or Cap will not leave him. But the soldier was arrogant. He says, they will cut off one head, another will grow. And then he breaks one of his teeth, and the skull's red dust took his life away in a most horrifying way. Seeing the chaos, Cap realizes whatever Baron is up to, it can't be good for them. Meanwhile, in the Himalayas, local people are enjoying their evening time in a bar. But the party is interrupted by some unknown outsiders, and it is Baron Strucker and his Hydra army. They came here for a specific reason. They want any local people to guide them to the fabled city of Attilan. But hearing this, they all start to ignore them, and Baron didn't take that well. He introduces himself and also warns the people this wasn't a request. And then the bar owner confronts him. He tells Baron to leave. They do not want any trouble here. But in reply, Baron places his metal arm to the man's face, and with a little pressure, he squeezes his head like a jelly. He then repeats once again. He captures a girl, ready to end her life as well. But from the crowd, one man approaches them. He promises he will take them to there, and soon he takes them to a hidden cave, and he tells them a story about the gods who lived in Attilan. The people feared them, so that is why they were reluctant to take them here. But this man led them, as he believes he will be rewarded. But seeing the markings, the patterns on the wall, the archaeologist is shocked. He tells his boss this pattern represents the lost royal family of the Inhumans. They exist only in legend. They were one of the most powerful and revered Inhumans clans in history, but they just disappeared. No one knows what happened to them. So his boss, Baron, reminds him they don't have enough time. The Red Skull sent them here in the house of Inhumans to find the ultimate weapon that can help them win the war. So they have to find every details as quickly as possible. Baron doesn't want to disappoint his master, and the man who brought them here, he gets his reward, a bullet in the chest. He drops into the ground, but in his dying breath, he is laughing at their fate. They came here looking for gods, but instead they will find demons. Studying the patterns, they enter deep inside the cave. For centuries, the Inhumans ruled in peace, but then they all killed by a plague of creatures from the outer space. And in the wall, it shows the Xenomorphs. But Baron doesn't want this. He wants real weapons. There has to be more. And then he pressed a symbol, and a portion of the cave opens up. The tomb of the lost royal family. There are two coffins, the king and queens, but both of their chest has been burst open. Baron gets interested. He asks the archaeologist to tell him more about this plague. So he says there was an Inhuman tradition which buried the dead with what killed them, and soon they appear in a section which is filled with hundreds of Xenomorph eggs. They all get shocked. The archaeologist gets curious, and then one egg hatches. He comes closer to check what is inside, but then a facehugger jumps and attaches to his face, and soon all the egg hatches. Hundreds of those creatures jump on the Hydra soldiers. They open fire, but those creatures are too fast. One by one, they start attaching all of their faces. Realizing the danger, Baron quickly orders his men to retreat. The remaining soldiers come out alive. They thought their boss is dead, but Baron is tough to kill. He is alive, and he has found what he wanted, the perfect weapon to end the war. Weeks later, in the occupied France, the Hydra soldiers have managed to capture their enemies. They force them to enter into a dark room, and they find themselves in front of several eggs. They all are confused. They think the Skull has lost his mind, but then one egg hatches, and before they can realize the danger, a sharp blade-like tail cuts one of them into 2 pieces, and then they see a giant creature, the Queen Xenomorph. At the control room, Armin Zola is watching them getting slaughtered by the Queen. He is studying her behavior, and then Red Skull appears. The only thing he wants is to force the Queen to produce eggs. In return, he will provide her more humans, and when his alien army will be ready, he will unleash them upon the world, and no one can able to stop them. Hail Hydra! Days later, a young Nick Fury and his howling team are looking for that crew that Red Skull killed by the hands of the Xenomorph Queen. They are making their way through the jungle. This was the last spot the crew members were seen. Crossing the jungle, Fury then locates a village, but then he sees the carnage. Thousands of dead bodies are lying on the ground. All of their chests have been burst open. The soldiers get panicked. They have never seen anything like this before, and one of them locates a girl. She is alive. They quickly approach her, ask her what happened in here. So with her shivering voice, she tells them a monster. It was sent by Hydra. They were used as a test subjects to breed whatever those things are. It was like big, bug-like creature. But suddenly, she screams in pain. She feels something inside her chest, and with a bone-cracking sound, a chestbuster comes out of the lady, and it charges after Nick. He doesn't have the time to grab his gun, but before it could take his life, a flying shield cuts the creature in two, and then it gets squished under the boots of Captain America. Seeing Cap, Fury gets offended, as it is their mission to find their friends, but Cap ignores him, as now the threat is bigger. They have to find what Red Skull is doing with these alien Xenomorphs, and with this, the chapter 1 of Alien vs Captain America comes to a close. So which part you like the most? Please let me know on the comment section down below, and please like this video and do subscribe, as this will motivate me to make more contents. You can also join this channel to get exclusive perks. This will help me a lot. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.